Hello, everybody. This is AK. I'm back. So, stock markets are up. Happiness, chong ah, what ah. Right. So over the weekend, China and US they both slashed tariffs. So now China only has a 10% tariff on US imports, and US have 30% tariffs on Chinese imports. So the situation has de-escalated quite a bit over the weekend, and in a larger magnitude than what many people expected or had hoped for. But it's good news, right? So now some kind of trade can resume between the two largest economies in the world, and everyone's celebrating, right? So yesterday I posted in my YouTube community news of the Chinese and American agreement on tariffs reduction, and how they agreed to have more talks in the next 90 days, because it's basically a 90-day pause, right? So it's not as if the tariffs are down permanently. It's only down for the next 90 days, and they hope to have some kind of agreement hammered out in those 90 days, right? So I posted the news in my YouTube community yesterday, and I also posted a screenshot of what happened in Hong Kong. I mean, of course, the Hong Kong stock market went up a lot, and I posted a screenshot of Alibaba in Hong Kong, the stock price in Hong Kong, and how it rallied more than 6%. So the expectations for Alibaba stock price to also rally in America and in Singapore. And when I woke up this morning, I checked, and yes, in America, Alibaba stock price also went up 6%, and in Singapore is also up today. I was hoping to get more Alibaba shares yesterday, right? But it was a public holiday in Singapore. It's just luck, right? A public holiday in Singapore, so I didn't get a chance to buy any Alibaba shares yesterday. It would have happened in the morning if it wasn't a public holiday, right? And frankly, as a retiree, public holiday is quite meaningless to me. Every day is a public holiday to me. So I probably feel the loss a bit more keenly because I didn't get any benefit out of the public holiday. Yeah, well, it's just what like Warren Buffett said before, right? Money not made is not the same as money lost. So console myself lah. But then there are people who responded to my videos on Alibaba over the weekend that they are feeling a bit FOMO, because I've been talking about buying Alibaba, since last year in December, when I first started to buy Alibaba at about 80 Hong Kong dollars per share. Then I sold some in February when the share price went up more than 50%, lock in some gains. And when the share price came down again in early April, I bought more again. And I've been buying since early April, adding to my position and growing my Alibaba investment to be about 3%. It's now probably under 3% of my portfolio, not quite 3% yet, right? So, and there are people who were skeptical and didn't follow, and some people now feel a bit of FOMO. But I always say don't feel FOMO, because if you were skeptical before and you have good reasons to be skeptical, that means you were never waiting for the boat. So you have not missed any boat, right? But if you decide now that you want to board this boat, then you wait for it to come back, right? And the question is whether you'll come back. Well, I think it will. I think it will come back. It's just when, but it might not come back to the point where I bought it at last December. There's 80 Hong Kong dollars per share. It might not even come back to where I bought more in April at 99 Hong Kong dollars per share. That was the lowest price I paid. but you come back, right? And I identified 124 Hong Kong dollars, which is where the 50 days moving average is, as the new immediate support for now, right? I don't know whether the support will hold, whether it will be tested, or whether it will break, but it looks like the immediate support for now, and that's where I plan on buying more if it should be tested, right? So, but remember, I don't have all the answers, and I'm not always right. I mean, I've had some very encouraging comments in my YouTube channel. When I produce videos on Alibaba. Recently, there's someone who said, when you bought Alibaba in December, I knew the bottom must be in. When I bought Alibaba in December, he knew the bottom must be in, and he bought more. I didn't even know the bottom was in. I didn't know. How did he know? And well, he has been holding on to Alibaba, and then he just bought more, and he said he made 45% on the shares that he bought in December, right? He must have traded them and made some money. Very good, right? But and someone said now that AK has been buying, there's a chance that he could break even at 160 Hong Kong dollars per share. So that gives me the impression that I do have quite a few readers who are already invested in Alibaba before I started buying in December, right? And they are probably nursing some paper loss, and some of them might be very big paper losses. And now they look at me buying, and they think that share prices are going back up, and they should be buying more, right? There's one viewer who actually said he was thinking of selling and breaking even, but now that he sees that I'm buying, he doesn't want to sell anymore. He wants to buy more, right? So all that is very kind and flattering, to me, but please remember, I am not always right. I've been wrong before, right? So I've done my research into Alibaba. I like what I see. That's why I'm investing, and I have a plan on when to buy more and when I might sell and all that kind of stuff, right? So you have to do your own research, have your own plan as well, right? So I have this question on screen: is this the calm before the storm? Right? So now everything seems to be fine, right? Blue skies, but could we see a thunderstorm sometime in the future? Could China-US fail to, come to an agreement in the next 90 days and things escalate again? Maybe, right? And could we see inflation sticking, staying higher for longer? Probably, which means interest rates might not come down. But I'm starting to veer off track. That's another topic. So basically, how sure are we, right? So there are some people who say, I feel so FOMO now, I must buy. So they buy now, they throw in everything, including the kitchen sink. Well, if the price goes up higher from here, good. But what if the price goes down in the next 90 days for some reason, right? So like what Warren Buffett said before, Berkshire has managed to do very well because they have always had a war chest, and they are not averse to sitting on cash, and they have done very well by not being 100% invested most of the time, right? They just wait for moments when easy decisions can be made about investments, and that's when they move in a big way, right? That's when they bring out the elephant gun. Basically, they wait for an elephant before they bring out the elephant gun, right? So like what I always say, patience, right? And then of course you want to be pragmatic and prudent as well. Okay, so I hope you know what I'm saying here. I'm not always right. If you decide to buy Alibaba shares, it's because you have done your own research and because you are convinced it's a good investment. If you have not bought into it because you were skeptical, right, and you have good reasons to be skeptical, then I always say, if in doubt, it's better to stay out. Don't FOMO, right? You were not waiting for the boat before, so you didn't miss the boat, right? So if AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye bye.